Check 1 2. Check 1 2. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? It is your man. Oop. It is your man, RTP Real Talk Perez, coming at you. Skull Gang in the building. You know what time it is. Making sure I don't know what's going on. But let me know if my sound is good. If my sound is good, please let me know. We got a practice that happened today. I figured I'd just kick back. You know, I had a long day today. Picked up the baby, my daughter. Went and got her a few shoes for school. Chilled with her the rest of the day. And I figured, you know what? It's Friday. It feels like a kickback and Papa Brewski type of night and just have people call in. We're going to go over what happened, go on the Twitter sphere and show what happened in practice. I'm going to put the link in the comment section. I'll pin it. And you guys can call in today and give your opinions, talk about what you want to talk about. You know, I got a nice little cold one with me right now. Let me go ahead and just throw it in there. How do I move this? There we go. So I pinned it. It should be pinned now. All right. I see some people in the building already. Before we get that going and we start getting the shout outs, let's get the rhythm going, because we ain't got the rhythm going right now. Let's go ahead and get that going. All right. Yeah. All right, we got the rhythm going. Oop, wrong thing. There we go. Let's get the ticker going. Yeah, here we go. We got the ticker going. All right. Looking good, looking good. We got TB Val in the building. Real OG in the building. Yes, sir. If you haven't yet, man, go ahead and grab you something to drink. I got me something to drink. It's Friday. I had a week this week. Let me know. Make sure my volume is good. Give me a thumbs up. I definitely needed that. Cali Bucks in the building. Give me a thumbs up emoji if my volume is good. It should be good. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, looks good. All right, good. Now hit that like button. If you ain't hit that like button yet, go ahead and hit that like button. All right, let's get into some of these. Once again, we're not gonna get into any press conferences, but there was actually a lot of feedback today as far as training camp, so we got some stuff to talk about. Hopefully you guys want to call in and jump in here and chat, you know. Have a nice talk today. But let's get into it. Let's get into some of these. Let's see. First off, you got them, you know. You got Kyle Trask and them just pitching it. And I don't know if you saw that right here. Look at what happens right here. He drops it. Supposedly there was a lot of that today. Supposedly there was a lot of that today. I don't know about how I feel about Worth's interview. Kind of sounded to me that he didn't want to switch sides. Yeah, I hear you. We could talk about it. I don't know if you're gonna want to call in, but we could talk about all that stuff. Let's get to some of these practices. Mayock. They just showing Mayock right there. Nothing there. Okay. Then you got the tight ends. I don't know what they're working on, tackles or something. I don't know. I mean, not tackles, but blocking. I don't know exactly what they're working on there. Left guard Matt Filer and John Malcolm working together. All right. Let's see. We got some wide receiver. Ooh, wide receiver drills. Ooh, Tompkins. We saw this with Evans and Godwin, and Godwin pretty much won that one, which you expect. They're quicker. Godwin's quicker than Mike. But I don't know if he's faster than Mike. I know he's obviously quicker than Mike, but I don't know if he's faster than Mike. Tompkins is quicker than, who is this, Geiger? Yeah, I believe that's Geiger. But Tompkins beats him out. Boy's fast. There you go. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we got right guard Cody Mayock and Nick Leverett practicing together. I believe Ryan Jensen wasn't practicing today. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans in warm-ups. Just a little something, a little warm-ups. Got you, I got you. Little warm-ups. Oh, crap, I hit the wrong button. All right. Running backs. All right. There was a lot of, like I said, there was a lot of stuff that was a lot of reports today. A lot of reports today. We're going to get into it. Receivers working on. Oh, y'all not even hearing the music either, huh? Man, we just off today, man. We are just off today. There you go. You didn't even hear none of the bombs dropping, huh? You didn't hear none of the bombs dropping, did you? Receivers working on back corners. Mike Evans, all right. Let's see. There we go. There we go. A little something simple. Buck center Ryan Jensen off today with another scheduled maintenance day. Carlton Davis is dressed but doesn't seem to be doing full squad work. All right. Starts off, Kyle Trask gets to start with the ones. He begins 11 on 11s with short completion to Cade Otton and Mike Evans. 2 plays later, he tried to go deep to David Wells, who had a step but overthrew him a little bit. Bucks coach is trying to dial up stakes in practice with what they call a competition period. It's a series of third down reps where offense or defense is declared the winner of each play. Best of 5 wins the series. Not sure what the winner gets. Maybe, I don't know what he was trying to say with this. Baker Mayfield, what does it say? Baker Mayfield comes in and completes a short pass to Trey Palmer. The next 2 plays are botched snaps between him and center Nick Leverett. Tough to tell who was at fault. So, 2 botched snap, that's not good. Again, we don't know who, Nick Leverett or Baker. Next pass thrown by Mayfield is dropped by Cade Otton. Sloppy start for the Bucks. Again, this is kind of what was going on. This is kind of what was going on today. And I kind of have my Thoughts on why it was like this today. We're going to talk about it again. Hopefully you guys call in. I put the link in the top of the comment section. So if you see that link, that blue link in the top of the comment section, that's the link that all you got to do is click on there. You could come on here and have a conversation, jump in the show. Let's continue with Jensen regularly out. Good battle between Robert Hainsey and Nick Leverett for center duties. Leverett working with the first line again today. Mayfield hits Chris Godwin for a 20-yard gain. Trask back in. Keefe makes a good diving catch as Trask rolled out. Good stop in the backfield by Kavion Mayweather. Another little showing the releases. Bucks outside linebacker Charles Snowden held out again today. We'll check on what he's dealing with. I don't even know who that is. Trask hits Mike Evans over the middle for a big gain. Devin White blitzes and was close to getting a sack. Listen, Todd Bowles blitzed the crap out of these quarterbacks today. They blitzed the crap out of the quarterback. And then when they didn't blitz, there was still mad pressure. It was crazy day today. White blitzed again and got to Trask this time. So first time Devin tried to blitz, Trask got rid of the ball real quick, got hit Mike Evans, got some yards. Second time, Trask didn't get rid of the ball. Devin White got there. I was told that these quarterbacks today was kind of holding on to the ball longer than they would wanted them to. They might be ramping it up. Dave Canellis might have told Bowles to, hey, ramp it up, or Bowles just might have told Dave Canellis, hey, we're going to ramp it up because these quarterbacks are getting too comfortable. We're going to ramp it up, and they started blitzing. Yaya Diaby nearly had a pick in coverage on a Trask throw, dove and just missed it. Tight end Dominique Daphne makes the catch. So at first, I thought this was one of those, oh, he dropped it, I'm going to count it as an interception or throwing it into harm's way. But it was actually caught by the tight end, so I don't know how much of nearly of a pick it had to have been for the tight end Daphne to still be able to catch it. But this could be another example, once again, of Kyle Trask getting used to the speed and the windows, how fast they're closing, all that stuff. Buckhorn Kane Wineers is in the building. He says Wirfs probably didn't want to move. He has dominated that position ever since college. That shows fans that switching right to left tackle isn't as easy as changing your socks. Yes. All these time that people act like, oh my God, it's not so hard. It's like it obviously it is. It's not as easy as you think. But Crazy in the building. Skull Gang in the building. We already know what time it is. What up, Buck Crazy? We here, man. We relaxing, we chilling. We got the link in the comment section if you guys want to jump in here. We could talk when we're done with these tweets. So Yaya almost got a pick. Trask ends up slipping it by him into tight end Dominique Daphne. Greg Allman tweets, not many deep balls have worked out today, but Mayfield pass is tipped and caught by rookie Ryan Miller. So this was like a crazy play. Baker throws it down the field. He threw it too high. The guy that he was throwing it to, it was too high. He tried to jump and get it. It tipped off of his hands. Ended up going over defenders that were coming up to tackle whoever it was that he threw it to. I forget. They'll say it. And ended up going over their heads right into Ryan Miller, and he ends up catching it. Mayfield tried going deep to Tay Barber, but it was overthrown. There you go. Chris Isian had solid coverage. Okay, this was a different play. That was a different play. So that's another time that Mayfield tried to go deep. Crazy play. Mayfield pass was a little high and went off the hands of jumping David Moore. That was the play before that we were talking about. The ball is still in the air, goes over the head of defenders who were closing in on Moore, and it's caught by Ryan Miller with no one around him. So Baker went deep like 3 times or something like that, right? He went deep twice. He both of them threw it too high. Yaya Diaby with the sack on John Warford. Listen, Yaya is making plays, guys. Yaya is making plays everywhere. Sacks, interceptions, tips, batted balls, all that stuff. Greg Allman tweets, Trask gets his first shot in goal line. Period. Short gain on first throw and incomplete on the next 3. Good coverage by defense in short space. Trask follows with the pass to rookie Cade Warner for a score from the 7. Mayfield with nice lob over the top for touchdown to Mike Evans in the back of the end zone. Pewter Report, shout out to them. They kind of went a little bit more play-by-play here. Bucks moved to red zone drills. Trask began with a completion to Otten that did not reach the end zone. Also incomplete to Evans. Nolan Turner in coverage. Incomplete to Tompkins. Anthony Nelson sack with good coverage, and a TD to Cade Warner on a crossing route. Greg Allman tweets, Mayfield incomplete in end zone, but Trey Palmer draws a defensive pass interference flag from Keenan Isaac. Baker begins his red zone session with the TD pass to Mike Evans in the back of the end zone. Oh, they already talked about that. That was the first one. Mayfield then goes incomplete, catch Geiger at the 1. TD to David Moore on a slant. Mayfield with a second TD to a quick slant to rookie Trey Palmer. Oh, incompletion. Catch by Geiger at the 1. TD to David Moore. Sometimes they be tweeting this stuff weird. Ulysses Gilbert with a solid rush on Wolford, forcing him to scramble, probably a sack. Will Ghostin gets into the backfield on the next play for a sack as well. So remember on the last stream where I was talking about how a lot of sacks we're getting are off of blitzes. Well, we blitzed the crap out of them today. They blitzed the crap out of the quarterbacks today as well. But we were also getting a lot of sacks just off of the D-line. So that kind of started answering some of my questions where I was getting worried, like, well, where are the D-line sacks? Like, I'm hearing all the blitzing and all that. That's great. We know we can blitz and get sacks like that. But where's the D-line sacks? And today, the D-line sacks came. We already seen one. William Ghostin had one. Gilbert had one. Yaya already had one. I mean, the sacks just came today. Like I said, story of today, drop passes, quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Greg says, Cade Warner reaches high for a touchdown in the back of the end zone from John Warford. Matt Matera says, a good amount of give and take from both sides during red zone. Mike Evans, David Moore, Cade Warner, 2 all with TDs. Anthony Nelson, Ulysses Gilbert, and Will Ghostin with would-be sacks. Not many pass breakups, but a couple of balls were thrown away. Good decisions all around. Pewter reports 2 straight drops from Raheem Jarrett in 7-on-7. Very surprising. Once again, it's what we were hearing. A lot of drops. Kyler Buck says Wirth shouldn't have been forced to move. It should have been his choice. It sounded like he was forced now. I mean, he wants to do what's best for the team. The team feels like that's what's best for the team. Me personally, I kind of feel the same way. I don't think we should have just left him. I think he's so talented, or they feel like he's so talented that he'd be able to do it. Now, here's the thing. Like, I am a little worried about it because you can hear it, and you can hear he's worried as heck. But he could also just be, a perfectionist. He could be having all this stuff in his head, and he's really doing fine. Yeah, yes, sir. That's what we don't know. I doubt he was forced, but he did have a block in his head of failure and why he took therapy. I'm sure Wirf's moving was planned before this year, and they drafted Gio. Kyle Trask with a great throw to Mike Evans for a big gain. Nice throw by Trask to Evans, 7-on-7. 2 drops for rookie Raheem Jarrett, who had a good camp, but he follows with a nice catch on Trask pass in 7-on-7s. JTS with the sack on Kyle Trask to start 11-on-11. So now there goes JTS. Trask still tosses it deep to an open Mike Evans, which would have gone for 6, but JTS ruins that in a real game. So Kyle Trask actually threw a couple of passes down the field today. That was one of them that actually connected with Mike Evans. I don't know if the other one's connected. First play in 11-on-11, nice deep ball by Kyle Trask to Evans, but I think Bulls will say it would definitely have been a sack and doesn't count. We already read that same stuff. Trask can't hit Russell Gage on an out route to the sideline, a little wide. Those are throws I expect him to make. Yet another big play in camp by incomparable Mike Evans, deep post, wide open, hit in stride for a TD by Kyle Trask. That's the same one that they said might have been a sack. Great pass block or pass breakup by Devin White covering Keyshawn Vaughn. They also said that Devin White had a big day today, blitzing, in coverage. He kind of was a man on fire today. Tampa Bay Rays fan in the building. What it do? We're here relaxing, man. We're here relaxing. It's just, it's nighttime. It's a late night podcast. We just relaxing, man. We reading these tweets, talking about what happened in today's practice. We got another practice tomorrow morning, I believe. I will be ready for that as well. But we just relaxing, man. I got my, my cold one that I'm sipping on. Once again, we got the link in the comment section if you guys want to jump in here. All right. Will Ghosting gets another sack, this time on Baker Mayfield. Pat O'Connor was in there as well. I mean, D-line was going ham today. Sean Tucker makes a solid run for about 10 to 15 yards with some cuts. That is something we are not hearing pretty much at all. Now, fortunately for us, it's not something we have to worry about because we can just sit here and assume that our D-line is just not going to let you run the ball because we are who we are. But it is in the back of my mind that that's something I will be watching when we go against other teams. Can we run the ball? Because we really don't get any of these tweets about us running the ball, really. John Wolford deep to Russell Gage for the touchdown. Great throw, right on stride in the perfect spot for Gage to come down with it. I believe he was completely wide open, though. Another play that might have been a sack, but Wolford heaves a deep ball, and Russell Gage hauls it in and flips into the end zone. Big cheers. So I don't know about... He seemed like he had to kind of reach out and then fall forward. 40-yard on the play action pass. Had to really extend to make the catch and tumble into the end zone. Defense brought the house on that play. So, yes. So, it wasn't as perfect as this guy said. But nonetheless, they sent the house. Defense sent the house. They said it could have been a sack as well. Again, it's just a lot of sacks today, bro. We had some pushing and shoving between Devin White and Rachaad White after a play. The Devin gets called for PI covering Rachaad. Then there was more words and exchange, and they were separated by Ryan Neal. All is good now. Each player is still practicing. So there was a play. Devin White and Rachaad White. Pass breakup by Devin White. They start jawing at the mouth. Very next play, Devin White ends up popping them a little bit. They start jawing, getting up in each other's face again. Ryan Neal comes in, breaks them apart. A lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about it. Rookie safety Christian Izien continues to get a lot of reps at slot corner with the first team defense. Okay. Good blitz from Chris Izien to force an early throw from Trask, who overthrows Tay Barber on a deep ball with Nolan Turner in coverage. Pass breakup for Yaya Diaby and pass coverage. I mean, this guy is everywhere. This guy is everywhere. David Arbuckle in the building. Who is standing out in practice? Quarterback, is Trask still leading? Running back, does Tucker have a chance to break into the starting rotation? Does Logan Hall have a chance to be a starter, or will Yaya be the man? I will tell you this. The standout, supposedly the standout today, well, the unit as far as the defense, again, won yesterday. The defense won again today. There was a lot of blitzing, a lot of sacks. Quarterbacks were holding on to the ball too much, and the D-line was getting home as well. So there was a lot of sacks today. As far as the player, people would say Devin White kind of looked like he was a man on fire, had a couple of plays himself. Quarterback was kind of, I don't think anyone did too good today. I wouldn't say it was a good day for Trask. I would say Trask was kind of like, Baker was kind of like, I would say maybe Baker. Not really. I'll explain why. Trask is definitely still leading the quarterback competition. Running back, Tucker does not have a chance to be in the starting rotation. Tucker probably doesn't even have a chance to be a second running back. Tucker's fighting to be the third running back. Rashad's number one no matter what. It's going to be number one. I can promise you that. And pretty strong that Keyshawn Vaughn is going to be number two. Unless there's just a complete takeover in the preseason games. I doubt it. But yeah, Tucker's going to be fighting to be running back number three. Logan Hall definitely has a chance to be a starter. In fact, I think Logan Hall will be a starter when we talk about 3-4 formation. But we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, this is another pass breakup by Yaya Diaby in pass coverage. Again, dude is just doing everything, man. Yaya, that is, I told you guys on the last stream, that is a guy that we might end up having a low-key battle against JTS as far as starting. I think the one thing that's going to stop Yaya Diaby from starting is very simple. How does he look against the run? Can he keep containment? Can he keep his assignment? If he can do good against the run, I think Yaya Diaby really has a good shot at actually rivaling JTS as the starter. I really believe that. He has to be able to be good against the run, though. If he's not good against the run and he has to, take some time to get better at that, he's not going to have a shot to be a starter. But he is going to be in rotation for sure. There's no doubt he's going to be in heavy rotation. Greg says practice closes with the 2-minute drill. Trask gets first crack but doesn't get farther than 45. Missing on a well-defended deep ball. Now Mayfield gets a shot. Again, Kyle Trask was taking some shots today, man. Kyle Trask, and he hit only one of them, and one of them should have been a sack. The one that he hit should have been a sack. So it's kind of like, but I'm glad that now we're starting to hear that Trask is starting to take shots, because that's been the one thing that people are, the only thing that people are feeling like Trask is missing. He's doing everything well. He's getting rid of the ball fast, pretty much faster than everybody. He's taking what the defense gives him. He is using the play the way it's meant to be used. He's going through his progressions. He knows the playbook he's doing everything well. The only thing that people are like skeptical about is he's not taking a lot of shots down the field. He doesn't have a lot of big plays down the field. And he might have like one practice, So I'm really glad that now we're starting to see him take a lot more shots. Now, is that by design? Did the coach tell him to take more shots? Are they calling more plays that calls for shots? I don't know. But again, I'm glad that we're seeing that he's taking more shots. So that's good. But obviously he's got to get better at connecting with them. First pick of the day, Mayfield goes deep down right sideline for rookie Tay Barber, but rookie corner Derek Pitts makes a great play to come down with the interception. So, This is in the 2-minute drill. So this is where Baker was talking that stuff yesterday. We had a whole conversation of why are you giving us these excuses of why you're throwing interceptions and this and that and this and that. And he talked about how, you want to do your best in 2-minute and third downs or whatever. And there goes 2 minutes and he throws the interception. Now, here's why some people might say that Baker had a better day. And it's because he had the better reps at red zone than Kyle Trask. And that doesn't mean nothing to me. In my opinion, it doesn't. The red zone thing doesn't mean nothing to me because you have to be able to get down to the red zone. And that's my problem with Baker. Trask has by far easily been the best quarterback when you talk about driving down the field. As far as red zone reps, that's one day it's Baker, one day it's Trask, one day it's Wolford. They're all taking different days of who's looking better in the red zone. We can say that. They're all taking different days of who's looking better in the red zone. But as far as driving down the field, the only one that's rivaled Trask has been Wolford. And that's only been for 2 days. Besides that, Trask has been dead even with being himself, being consistent, of being the only one that can pretty much drive down the field consistently. So when the coach grabs the ball and puts the ball in the red zone and you score, that's good. But it don't mean nothing to me if you can't ever drive the ball down the field yourself. And the only time that Baker ever does go down the field, we've said this before, is when he just chucks it up. He just chucks it down the field. Just someone come down with the ball. Double coverage, who cares? And it looks like the first play, I don't know if it's the first play of his 2-minute drill, throws it down the sideline and it gets picked off. An exceptional interception by Derek Pitts Jr. on a deep ball thrown by Baker down the right sideline looking for Tay Barber with Pitts in the coverage. Just a great athletic pick. Difficult to see if he was inbound, but crazy catch. Rookie Yaya Diaby disrupts passing window on Baker Mayfield. Pass intended for Devin Tompkins. Incomplete. Great athletic play-by-play. Bucks first-year player. And that's pretty much it. So here's my problems. We got... Let's I'm going to break down right now what we got from the quarterbacks, and then we're going to move on to something else. We'll start with Baker. He's not, first of all, he's been the one that I've noticed not getting rid of the ball fast. That's one. I'm not going to say that he's not going through his progressions because I haven't seen enough to say he's not going through his progressions, but I feel like he doesn't, but I'm not going to say that. But he's definitely not driving down the field. He's not moving down the field with this offense. Baker is getting the bigger plays. We know why, though. Unfortunately, the reason why he's getting bigger plays are not good. And he's just as good as any of the other quarterbacks in the red zone periods. Kyle Trask is getting rid of the ball fast. We know he knows the play in and out. He takes what the defense gives him, and he uses the offense to drive down the field. And he can do good in the red zone as well as all the other ones. Now, I will say this. Out of all three quarterbacks, I think Trask struggles the most out of all three in the red zone. It feels like. But he has had hot days in the red zone. But I did get to a point where I started to feel like, is he a check down guy? Because one, he wasn't throwing down the field. We wasn't getting reports of him throwing down the field. And when he would get down to the red zone, everything that we're hearing is he checked it down, they got stopped. He checked it down, they got stopped. It's almost like the defense is waiting for him. Like, we know he's going to check it down, and as soon as he checks it down, we're going to run and attack and stop him from getting a touchdown. Because that's what we keep hearing. Every time Trask doesn't score a touchdown, it's always he checked it down and homeboy got stopped at the sideline. Now, again, we don't know what plays they're being called. We don't know what they're asking him to do, all that stuff. But, you know, I got to be fair and I got to be honest. And the honesty is that I'm starting to feel like, okay, is he just a check down Charlie? And now that we're hearing that he's throwing down the field, I feel a little bit better about it. But that's still in the back of my mind. And even if he's not a check down Charlie, because you can't really check down the ball 24/7 and still drive down the field. So he's not, I know he's not checking down the ball to get down the field. But when he does get into the goal line, is he a check down Charlie? Does he feel like, man, everything's too cluttered, too much windows, I just need to check the ball down? Or is it the other thing that is I kind of been thinking about? The fact that Baker's not really moving down the field with the ball, right? And Baker keeps turning over the ball. I am hoping that Trask is not getting to the goal line and thinking, you know what? As long as I don't turn the ball over, hey, I'll just check it down and make sure that it looks like I just made the right decision to check it down. I'm hoping that that's not what's going on. This is why you need competition. This is why when people think that I want Baker to fail, I actually don't want him to fail. I want him to succeed. I need him to put more pressure on Trask. I'm hoping that Trask is not feeling like, listen, Baker cannot drive down the field like I can in this offense. As long as I don't turn over the ball, I got this in the bag. And he can easily drive down the field, but then when you get into the red zone and everything's shortened, now those windows are smaller. Now you got to take more of a chance. And instead of actually trying to take a chance, let me not take the chance because, you know, I want to keep this no interception streak going. Let me just check it down and play it safe. Let me just play it safe down here in the red zone. So I'm not saying he is playing it safe in the red zone, but I'm just saying this is why we need Baker to put more pressure on him. That way we know he's not playing it safe because he can't afford to play it safe. You get what I'm saying? Let's get to some of these. Luke Goedecke's getting it done at right tackle. I'm hearing no. I'm hearing no. Well, I'm not really hearing no. I'm hearing good and I'm hearing bad, and they're pretty much saying we're just gonna have to see in preseason. That's pretty much what I'm hearing. We're gonna have to see in preseason. Now, I will say this, David. I will say this. It could go either way. I don't know, but I kind of have a good feeling because I low key feel like Bose is sending so many looks and so many blitzes at this O-line that when he gets in the preseason, it's gonna seem easy for him. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Now, I don't know if the Browns have anybody defensive end. Obviously they're starters. I'm talking about backups that'll play in the preseason. That'll test Goedecke, but we know for sure the Jets have McDonald. I believe it was McDonald. The Jets have McDonald, a rookie that will definitely test Goedecke. So we'll see. But we got one test in the preseason game, and then we'll go from there. We got T-Money in the building. He says, so Yaya, your new Joe Tryon, far as you fangirling. Huh? Far as you, what? Tryon, far as you fangirling. I don't know what you're trying to say. Yaya is Yaya and Joe Tryon is Joe Tryon. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Buck One K1 here says, can we give a quick shout out to Barber finally getting his... Yes. Shout out to Barber, man. Shout out to Barber getting that gold jacket, man. He deserves it so much, man. Shout out to that. Good stuff, Buck One. Buck Crazy says, Yaya putting in that work, T-Money, and looking good doing it. Dropping in coverage is a plus. That going with his pass rush rotation on this spine is going to be dangerous on this D-line is what you were trying to say. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yaya's different. Yaya's definitely different. That's one thing that I'm learning is this different type of pass rush. I always love the fast off the edge, bend the corner pass rush. That's always been my type. Which is why when I saw Yaya's tape, I was kind of like, I'm not too high on him. But when I watched like him in games, when I started watching him in games, he started to grow on me. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? This is more like Cameron Jordan. You know, this is more of, because I used to hate that Cameron Jordan got sacks because he's not like a Shaq Barrett. He's not like a Von Miller. Like, he hit that corner. And when you get a edge rusher like that, I think it's harder to develop a outside linebacker or defensive end that works that way. If you can get a defensive end or an outside linebacker that works with power first, I think that's easier to develop. I think it seems like it's easier to develop. So that's what got me excited about Yaya. So we'll see what he looks like. We'll see what he can do, but he's definitely different. When your arm strength not there, you don't throw in the windows in the red zone. There's no problem with Trask's arm strength. You used to fangirl over Joe Tryon. Is Yaya the new guy? I'm still high on Joe Tryon, and I'm still high on Yaya. So I don't know what to say. It takes 3 years, bro. I don't know what fangirling is, though. Like, being excited about a player is fangirling now, I guess. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Once again, I got the link on the top of the comment section if you guys want to click on the link and come in here, man. So let me just say, we had a lot of drops today, right? We had a lot of drops today. We had some scuffling going on today. We had some botched snaps today. We had it just was sloppy. Practice was sloppy today. And it's got to get better. It's definitely got to get better. But it is true, like Talbot said, we're coming to that part of the season where we want to face somebody else. We're starting to get to that part of the season where we want to face somebody else. We want to start facing different D-lines, different O-lines, different wide receivers, different corner. Like, we're tired of going up against ourselves, you know? We want to hit somebody. You know, we got players that want to hit somebody, and we got players that are just tired of just going up against the same people. And this is how you start getting sloppy plays, sloppy practices. Now, with that said, excuse me, it's up to Talbos to nip this in the butt. Whew. Excuse me. We got one more week. And then everything starts falling into place. One more week and we start playing other people. One more week and we can start, like, you know, having better practices, but we gotta ramp it up now. We gotta be better at what we're doing right now until that week happens. And this is part of head coaching. This is part of head coaching that we're gonna be looking at, or I'm gonna be looking at Todd Bowles. Get it right. Get something happening. Listen, again, nobody is too big for criticism or too favored for criticism. I gotta call it like I see it, and it just is what it is. Todd Bowles, I agree with you. This is the time where teams, the players are tired of going against each other. They want to hit something hard. Like, they want to get into action. They can't do that yet. This doesn't give them the right to play sloppy. And yeah, they're playing sloppy. Yeah, it's hot out there. Do what you got. I don't know what you got to do. I don't know if you got to have a special day where everything's fun and you guys are just taking a day off and just having fun. I don't know what you got to do. I don't know if you got to bring everybody in a room and yell at everybody. I don't know what you got to do. But something has to be done. Something has to be done. This team has to get back on their P's and Q's. We got to get more crisp. I'm glad that we did what we did with the blitzing and the rush. I'm low key happy of the practice we had today for the defense. The offense, I'm happy for the quarterbacks because I feel like the quarterbacks got a rude awakening today. Feel like the quarterbacks was forced to wake up. Like, listen, we're not playing games no more. We sending them. Todd Bowles was sending them. There was sacks after sacks after sacks, and not just blitzes, but just the D-line as well. And today was just a wake-up call to the quarterbacks. Hey, when we say 3 seconds, get it out, we're not playing. 3 seconds, get it out. We're not playing with you no more. So, I don't know, man. I'm hoping that this picks up because I know it's hot out there, but there's no excuse. And this is the part that I was worried about as far as Bowles being the head coach. The part that always worried me about Bowles being the head coach is the part of cracking the whip. That's the part that gets me nervous. Now, as far as defensively, I'm not worried about that. I think Todd Bowles don't got a problem cracking the whip with the defense. But what about cracking the whip? What is that? Why does that look like that? Hold on. I was finna say. But will he crack the whip offense on the offense? You know? Wide receivers, let's go. Now, it shouldn't be a hard, it shouldn't be hard for him. If he could do it for the defense, I mean, you're a head coach. He looks this year and the vibes feel like he knows this is his team. Like, this shouldn't be a problem. But something has to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen. So, another thing I wanted to talk about was Devin White. They said Devin White had himself a practice today. And they talked to Todd Bowles about it, and Todd Bowles was talking about, Devin White. He knows the ins and outs and all of the playbook. He knows the plays that he can cheat and the plays he can't cheat. And what else did he say? He talked about how basically him and the nickel have more responsibilities and have to know more of the coverages than anybody else on the defense. And I low-key kind of felt like he was making excuses for Devin. I'm not gonna lie. And it made me think about something, and this is going with the whole cracking the whip and being a player's guy. He loves Devin, man. There's no doubt about it. He loves Devin. And we talked about, how I feel about Devin. And how I want Devin here. But then some things I think about, I'm like, I don't think we should give him that contract, because I don't think he'll have that dog in him after we give him the contract. And I'm kind of, after hearing what he said today, which he can be 1,000% right, that Devin now, he knows how to cheat the system, and he knows plays he can cheat on and plays he can't cheat on, and how he's putting himself in better position, how he dedicated the whole offseason to really study, and like all this stuff that he said. He could be right. I don't know. But it kind of feels like I found myself saying, didn't he kind of say this last year for him? Because I remember being super hyped for Devin last year. And then I remember watching week 1, Devin on tape week 1, and I remember thinking like, yo, he wasn't lying. Because Devin played, the whole defense played perfect against Dallas last year, week 1. I said it when I broke down that tape in my old channel. I said, I've never broke down film and seen my defense just move and pass people on so perfectly. Like, I've never seen a tape of my defense play so perfect. Like, they played perfect. And so did Devin. Devin should have had like 2 picks, including a pick 6 in that game. So I remember after that game thinking, yo, they weren't lying. Devin really got it now. He really got it. Like, we're about to take off. And then we had the rest of the season. So when he was saying everything that he was saying in the press conference today, I was kind of like, didn't we kind of hear this before? I don't know if we heard about the cheating. Like, he knows he knows what plays he can cheat now and what plays he can't. And I don't know if I heard that stuff, but I don't know, man. It kind of seemed like you kind of just, I think you just, protecting Devin. So when I thought about that, I kind of got nervous, because I'm like, well, I hope that we don't sign Devin, or Bowles convinces Jason to sign Devin because he's like, hey, we really, really, really need Devin. Just because, he loves the kid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's something we're going to have to find out. As Bowles being our head coach, that's something we're going to have to find out. Tampa Bay Rays fan says, any reports on how the DBs looked? The DBs are doing their thing, bro. DBs, listen, there's a reason why quarterbacks ain't letting go of that rock. Like, there's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? So the DBs are doing fine. Carlton. Jamel, people are saying, is looking better than Carlton, and it's sounding like it. I'm not going to lie. Zion, everyone's saying that Zion took a big leap. Everyone's already a believer in Zion now. Izien is looking like he might be taking over the slot. And Delaney, we know, can be good depth. So, and listen, and Antoine and Ryan Neal, they over there like freaking twins. Like, they're handling their business. And then we got Levante, and then we got Devin, and then we got Servassier. Like, covering is not a problem. And now it sounds like pass rushing is our defense. I'm not gonna lie, I see top 5. I'm feeling a top 5 defense this year. I'm really feeling it. Whether we're talking about yards or whether we're talking about points, I'm feeling one of those type of defense. Like, I'm feeling like they're not many people are going to get much yards on us, and not many people are going to get points on us. Last year, a lot of people didn't get points on us. They got okay in yards. I think we were still top 10 in like a lot of things. So they got okay in yards, but I think we're going to be top 5 in yards and top 5 in points. I think we're and might maybe even top 5 in turnovers, man. I really have high hopes for this defense, man. I really do. Now, obviously, my hopes might go up or down when we see preseason games, but as far as right now, I got high hopes for this defense. But this is a call-in show. At least one person call in so we can say this is officially a call-in show. At least one person hit the link and come in here so we can say this is a call-in show. You guys new to the channel, hit that like. First of all, everybody in the comment section should have hit the like button. I should have 14 likes, right? Let me see. Let me see. I got 7 likes. Half of the room are hating right now. Hit that like button. Come on. Hit the like button. Show some love to the channel, man. This channel's still growing. We're doing good. We're at what? We're at 135, man. Channel's growing, man. This channel's growing. We're at 135. We talked about Zion. I said Zion's name. Hit the like button. Comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, man, subscribe to the channel. Some real good Buccaneers content here. We don't just break down training camp and stuff like that. Like, we break down press conferences. We break down film. We go live during the games. We do skits here and there. We do all kind of things on this channel for the Buccaneers. So it ain't just this every time. Right now, we're just in this slow format of breaking down training camp, every training camp. That's all we're doing we've been doing right now. But then we're going to have the preseason game. We're going to watch that live. And then after that, one of the other days after that, we'll break down the preseason game, watch tape. You know what I'm saying? While we continue to break down the training camp that's going on at the same time, all that stuff. So we do a lot of things. We're going to be doing a lot of things on this channel. But yeah, somebody hit that link, man. Somebody hit that link. Come in, yell Skull Gang, and run out. Let's just get this. Let's just make this hotline official. Let's make this hotline official. Somebody jump in here real quick. Let's at least make sure it works. Oh, man. Yeah, today, excuse me, today was an interesting day. I'm glad we got another training camp tomorrow, because I didn't like how it, besides the pass rush and the defense, I didn't like how it felt. So we're gonna have another one tomorrow. Come on, we got 15 people. Not one of y'all can hit that link. Oh. Everybody's scared, everybody's shy. All right, fine. We'll leave it at that then. Nobody wants to hit the link and jump in here real quick. So let's see. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about before we go. What are we looking like as far as let me see. What are we looking like as far as the poll that I gave you guys? Let's see. Ooh, we got 40% O-line, 30% pass rush, 30% run game. No one's worried about the D-line. I mean, the run defense. That's smart. Well, unfortunately, we can't. Unfortunately, we will have no idea what our O-line is gonna look like until we play against other teams, man. And technically, I guess our D-line too, because what if our O-line is bad and that's why our D-line is looking good, and then we go in preseason and our D-line can't move nothing. Our D-line is the key to us being top 5 in everything. If our D-line can be nice with it, I promise you we'll be top 5. I promise you we'll be top 5. But we're going to call it. It is what it is. We're going to call it today. No one wanted to jump in. This was the worst. The worst hotline show ever. It's okay. We'll get it going another time. We'll try it again another day. I did want it to go live though tonight, just to see what it was like if I went live tonight. What how many people we would get on live. So we got up to 17 people, so that's not bad, especially for a night show. 10, 13. I mean, it is a Buccaneers channel, so most of the people subscribed here are probably in the East Coast, which means it's probably like, what, 1 o'clock over there? 10, 11, 12, about 1 o'clock. So it's not too bad, not too bad. But, yeah, man, so we'll call it a night, go to sleep. By the time I wake up, Bucks should be practicing, and we'll go live again. I'll see. I don't know if I'll go live right after the practice, or I might go live right after the practice. Oh yeah, because we are supposed to do NFC South roundtable tomorrow, around 5 or 6 o'clock my time, or maybe later. I'm not sure, but we are supposed to do an NFC South roundtable tomorrow. So we will be doing that. So I'll pretty much live stream. Oh, it's 12 a.m. Okay, Central Standard Time is 12 a.m. Yeah. So I will be streaming to talk about the practice. So we'll have 2 live streams tomorrow. We'll live stream about the practice, and then later on in the day we'll have an NFC South roundtable. Hopefully we have a Saints fan that can show up this time. But we'll check it out. So it's your man RTP, Skull Gang in the building. I'll see you guys next time. We'll see you, and hopefully next time this phone is out, we'll have some people call the hotline and click that link. It's your man RTP. We out.